WordPress Development and SEO course by RankYa. Art of Image Optimization. In this video session, I'm going to show you what I do when I optimize images. Now, let me share with you some links for you to perhaps hunt down images for you to use on your website for free. There are countless websites offering you stock images. Some websites do not even require attribution. That means you can simply use the stock images. Now, this valued client of mine already has a website, so it's actually great for me to show you how to take the image that's already known to Google and further optimize. Now, first of all, if you do not know what an image tag looks like, it looks like something like this. It starts with an image tag. You have the source. That means where's the source file name, URL. And then you have alt attribute. Image file name and alt attribute, this too is very important for Google as well. Alt attribute, as in the keywords you place within that, is indexable by Google. That means it becomes part of the URL that you have let Google know. That means it becomes part. Let's imagine you want to rank a certain web page. Any image you place within it, it helps guide Google to rank the keywords that you want to rank for. Now that's very important to understand. Why? Because not only you use images to guide the website visitor towards your ultimate objective, you can use images to reinforce the keyword relevance per web page. Very important to understand. Okay, so for WordPress, I created a basic template page. I'll show you how you actually add images. Now, we'll be using Visual Editor in this course, whereby I'm going to show you how to add images, right? So with Visual Composer, you can say image, search for an image. You can add a single image using Visual Composer. Simply press add and you set an image. Right. So then this is how you add images using Visual Composer. But let's imagine you were not using Visual Composer, then simply add media, select an image, and then insert into the web page. Here, as you can see, WordPress has gone ahead and created an alt attribute for you. Here, you place keywords related to the image in question. And knowing that the word you place here is seen by Google as well. So let's refresh that page and see what I do. Because in this course, that's exactly what I promised you, as to I'm going to record what I do for a web development project. Yeah, I suggest to you to pause this video because I have included some useful information that is a must to learn and use if you want to see great results from your business website. Because without doing this, let's imagine a competitor comes in and they do something like this, then they will always outperform us. And that's not what we want. That means, you need to see the keywords, as in you need to do your keyword research thoroughly, knowing that Google doesn't just look at one word and say, okay, you know what? This website is about this. This web page is about that keyword. You have to guide Google as to what the word means, because it doesn't know anything when it comes and analyzes a web page. That's why images are important, because by using it, you reinforce the relevance of the keywords you actually want to target and rank in Google. So we've already done our keyword research. We've already seen the end project. That means that's what you need to do. You need to do your research first, because when you do this, then only then you can optimize images. Okay? So I already know the keywords that we want to rank for. And looking at this, we have a brand term, which is this here. But we can actually now tell Google, you know what? That brand is about something. So we can guide Google as to say, you know what? That's a brand name. And in upcoming videos, I'm going to show you how to add structured data to WordPress as well. But at this stage, let's focus on image optimization. So instead of talking, let me show you what needs to be done. So let's go and see. My valued client already has some images. At this moment, in terms of Google guidelines and in terms of SEO, when we go live with a new website, what I need to do is use 301 redirection for the images that's already known to Google and say, you know what, the website had images before, but here are the new locations, which will be our new images. So let's go and see. Mazda BT50. What in the world does that mean? To you, it means something, but for Google, it doesn't mean anything. That means you need to do keyword research for the images as well. So you need to look at the image and say, what does this image show? And can I further guide Google? Can I further include words that is meaningful and it'll make sense more clearly to Google? Looking at this, I can see straight away that the actual name is actually Mazda BT-50. Okay, so that's one example. So now let me go and let me actually remove all this. So let's first put this in here and say, okay, what else can I put here? It's a ute. All right, so then I can say, okay, what if I was to name the images along these lines? Mazda BT-50 ute. Now I can say, okay, how about ute? Does that mean something else? Can I find further cues? In Australia, for the pickup trucks, we call them utes. Okay, I can say, okay, ute, let's say ute in USA. Let's see what it means. Okay, left. What are utes called? It's an American term, truck, right? So, yeah. This is an Australian website and we're using Australian English. But the truck, as in pickup truck, is also meaningful, correct? So if you're in US, that's what you need to do as well. Look at the image and say, okay, how else can I provide more information related to that image? Okay, now I know it's BT-50 and it's a ute. So in Australia, we're good with this term here. So now what I tend to do to make my job easy, because I have a lot of images to optimize, and in fact, I have optimized thousands of images today. So you're learning from the best here. I can say that's a front view of Mazda BT ute, correct? So I can say that's side view because that's the side view. That's the front view once again. So now that's a front view. Now I can say That's a front view, but it's a close-up front view. It's more close, so I need to distinguish. I can say first one is close-up and the other one was front, just front. Now, is this all we can do? No, because we need to look at the keywords in question and say, can I also use some keywords? In this example, I can. I can say close-up front view, I can even say of Mazda BT50 Ute with windows, okay, with car, okay, that's not a car, that's a Ute, with windows tinted. Okay, so now I can say, okay, I can do this. So this is perfectly okay. But if I want to go further, I can actually do something like this. With windows tinted by something like this. By tinted, let's say by Optimus Tinting Solutions. Okay, so I can do that. Or I can say, let's imagine I'm a local business and the keyword of some location is important. I can say windows tinted in Brisbane, Australia. So I can do that as well. Windows tinted with darkest legal film. Now, where do these little keywords come from? They come from our keyword research. Okay, that's why we need to do our keyword research, because there's no point having a business website when no one's going to visit it. If you're advertising with Google AdWords, it's going to be expensive. And Google AdWords, as in Google guidelines, tell you to create better websites. And this is how you do it. You need to understand the target keywords so that you get the results, instead of just having a website thinking that, oh, you know what, I have a brand new WordPress website, it's great. And then you scratch your head 6 months later saying, you know what, why am I not getting the results? Instead, you do the things properly first, then you will get the results. So now I have downloaded the images, the car images. I can say, let's look at Mazda. Any Mazda? No. Okay, let me go and see what was the name. Front view, gray front view. Okay, BT50. So we know BT50 by itself doesn't mean anything. See? Did you mean? Because Google doesn't know. Let's say BT50. That was close-up view. So let's grab that first. Let me copy that. Paste it in there. Then let's look at the side view. Let's grab that. Let's do the side view. Let's do just the front view. Okay. Now I can say Mazda. Let me cut this because I've already optimized this now, right? And what I tend to do is place them into a different folder now. Okay, let me show you one more example to make your understanding much more easier. Let's look at Nissan Navara. Let's look at what that means. Mitsubishi, okay, no, that's Nissan. Okay, what is it? It's a Ute again. So let me show you a car. Let's find a car example. Let's look at Subaru Impreza. Okay, what is this? It's a sedan. can I say something else for it? Let me look at images. I want to find more information about the image. Let's look at the same model. That's the one. Let's look at Cars Guide to say, okay, what is this? Small, medium car. Okay, so it's a car. Subaru Impreza car. Impreza. It's all-wheel drive. So now let's go and see. Now let's continue. Let's remove all this. It's a Subaru Impreza. It's a car. Right, so now I can grab these, place that in there, say Subaru Impreza car. Side view, that's another side view, rear view. Okay, okay, let's go back. Full front view, I can say. Full front view. Side view, rear view. Okay. Now, let's say full front view, Subaru Impreza car with windows tinted, let's say professionally. Next one, let's say, okay, let me show you this example. UV blocking window film. Where did that come from? That come from our keyword research. UV, okay, UV window film. Let's find all. There's some different ones. As you can see, there is one here. That's a search term, but we know UV by itself doesn't mean anything unless we guide Google. So now I can say UV, capital letters become important in English language because names or titles should be in capital letters, first letter. So there's a difference between Subaru with an S capital letter compared to Subaru with a small cap letter. Because remember, Google is just a search engine, and in terms of interpreting what it says, there is a difference between capital letter S and small cap letter S. That's why these little subtle insights makes the huge difference. Remember, there is no point saying, you know what, my image optimization is perfect. You will learn in this course that everything is tied together in terms of the success of your business website. That means there is no point optimizing the URLs, which I will show you how to do, or optimizing the titles or description, or putting some headings or keywords and images. It all works together. That's why it is important. Everything you do on your business website is important. So now let's go and see. Side view, Subaru Impreza car with UV blocking window film. Okay, so I can do that. Now I can further guide Google. You know what, Google? That word UV is this. That's perfectly okay. So this is the art of image optimization. There is no point naming the images because some idiot has said it's important to have keywords within images. Although it's important, how you go about it is more important. And your aim is to sit back and say, in a meaningful way, in a short way. So you can't have 100 words when you name your image file names, but rather say, how can I name the images in a way that's more meaningful to real people? That means when someone looks at an image with a file name like this, It's more meaningful than car window tinted. Car window tinted. If they are the keywords I want to rank for, and if I go and name the images thinking that's going to help me, then it's not going to help me, because then I'll be spamming Google. Instead, think of a real person looking at the image file name and say, can they, by just glimpsing at the image file name, kind of understand what that image has? What is the image about? Because this image file name, when we upload on the website, okay, it will be used as alt attribute. That means image file name and alt attribute work together. It becomes part of the web page. And we know image alt attribute is indexable by Google. That's why you want to spend that, hour or 2 hours to truly optimize your images, because it's going to help everything else that you do. Okay, so let's go and see. So we close that. Let's close that out. Tinted car images. Let's search for Impreza. So we've got blue. Okay, let me show you one more trick before we close up, because it's important. In English, color is color, but that's USA English. In Australia, it's color with a U within it. That means now I have an opportunity to further guide Google as to, you know what, we are an Australian business. Okay, so now I can say blue color. Front view. Okay, let's say front view sub. Okay, let's do blue color. Let's do blue color. Blue color. So that's more meaningful now. Front view blue color. And we know that word color now has made that image become an Australian image, so to speak. Okay, surely images are universal, but okay, let's also do full front view. Here it's close-up image, so now let's go close-up front view, close-up side view. Okay, let's get that out. Let's highlight this, copy that, close-up side view. So that's that, and that's a rear view. But look at the way we've used keywords. I mean, you don't even have to see the images. Just read the words, then you see what the image is about. In terms of JPEG, PNG, WebP format, just stick with one. That will be good enough. Before I close up, if you operate an online business that's image related, perhaps you're selling images. If that's the case, then you can further optimize images using Photoshop. You can go to File, File Info, and provide more information related to that image. But in 2022, Google being mobile first index, what you want to do is you want to make sure the image file name is optimized, but the size of image becomes important. There are many image compression plugins. Let me show you one online. So, okay, let's go to compressor. Compressor input output. There you can further optimize images. For WordPress, there are many plugins that allow you to do that. So if money is not an issue for you, perhaps you may consider using a premium plugin that does the compression for you. You can use open source programs or some paid programs to further optimize images, as in compress them. Let's grab this one. Now I can say, you know what, go to 83% quality. Let's save that. And let's say new. And now I have one image. Now I can check the quality here. That's the original one. And let me see the compressed one. Is there any difference? If not, the compressed one will be smaller in size, as we can see. Remember, quality of an image is more important than the size of it. So never give up on quality of the image. So if you have to toss between quality versus file size, the weight of the file, choose quality always, because that's going to help you get more conversions. So rewatch this video session, because if search engine optimization is important, if the success of your business website is important, then this is the only way to fully optimize images, because doing so will get you the results that your business website deserves. And this is the art of SEO. That means this knowledge you've just learned in this short video is the result of over a decade and optimizing thousands of images and understanding how Google guidelines work and how Google rankings work. If you've got any questions or comments, use this video comment system, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.